Good afternoon. Oh, is it afternoon? Good before noon. Just before noon. At least here on East Coast. Hope you're doing well. Oh, there you are. Hello, everyone. What's up? Someone just said, bruh, I'm at brunch right now. Alright, everyone, thanks for watching. I have to return when that chat member finishes their brunch. Get pizza with scrambled eggs on it. The eggs really bring out the taste. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Today, for now, I'm gonna play some Zelda. And I hope you're all out there and doing well.
Yo, no.
I have decided to play Zelda today. And we're just gonna shrine hunt and maybe do... There was a quest over at Kakariko Village that I never did. I don't know if I can do it now, though. I want to expand my home. Bow stand room. I don't really need that. Other gallery, bedroom, kitchen. Oh yes, a blessing room. We don't have one of those. Flower bed? Yeah, sure. Vinny, did you see the latest Keith Stack comic featuring you again? No. I didn't. Is that... What is that? I think I know what that is. Oh, right. The two girls, right? Spin! Haha. Oh, the chicken nuggets are done. Want one? Oh, this is pretty good. Oh, okay, I see. That's funny.
No.
I don't know, chat. I don't know, yeah. Spin. I'm okay with that being my legacy. I'm, you know, I can say it's just nice to have a legacy of any kind. I'll be your filthy spin slut. Spin! Whatever pleases you, Paul McCartney, I don't mind. See? But yeah, it's nice when other creators feature you in their work, even if it is a very silly little meme. Because I'm a very silly little man, and therefore... Yeah, whatever you got. You're also known as the corruption guy, too. I am, yeah, that was the... From people that didn't really know me that well at the convention, that tends to be the thing that is brought up, like, the most. Just because it's a little easier to... That's the one that they know without really knowing my, the specifics. But I said already, like... I still get... What's this guy doing in here? Can you get out of here? I'm trying to build my home. But I also get confused people that think I'm other streamers from time to time as well, so... There we go. I want to build my dream home. Chat, that's what I'm doing here. And the reason I'm even doing this is because I figured we have the rupees for it, so why not fully furnish? And not just with informations. Vinny, are you joining Jerma's house flipper thing on Monday? Did he reveal who's a part of it yet? Joel leaked it? Oh, I don't know if it was supposed to be a surprise. I don't know how Germ is going about that. I don't think so, at least. Germa is the leaker. He's dribbling a little bit, chat. He's dribbling. I don't know. I guess for me, usually until I get confirmation that something is public, I let people... I like to surprise people and just show up randomly with a thing. But since Joel said it, yes, I'm a part of it. Should be fun. I still don't 100% know what we're doing. And I have some idea of what we're doing. Flipping some homes. Keeping it chill. Drinking a natty ice. Oh, I am flipping homes right now. Actually, you're right, literally. This might be a son and done. Let's find out.
Ah. No.
Oh.
Oh. Ah. No.
Hello, everybody. Vinny, why is the door facing away from the road? Oh, because it's easier to get there from the shrine. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh. Ah. Oh.
I don't need more rooms. No, I wanna... Oh, I saw Indiana Jones yesterday. And, that's gonna be a little bit of a thing. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll do that maybe another time. But... I felt very... indifferent about most of it. And... I'm not a professional critic. You know that. Professional critic. That's funny. Let's see. There's the shields. There's the prey room. There's the swords. There's the garden. That kind of looks like shit. I have a better idea for this, I think. I'm gonna say that the movie was a 5 out of 10. And I don't normally like to assign a score to things, because that is so... To me, that's incredibly, like, limiting. And I just saw the movie yesterday, and, you know, number scores are weird when it comes to rating things. It's so subjective. But it felt like what it was. You know, unnecessary. Had some good moments in it. And I'm, like, Raiders is one of my top 10 movies of all time. So, for me, Indiana Jones is, like... It's just... I love the trilogy. I really do. And so this movie was a little more serious than Crystal Skull, but also very fake. The whole thing felt very, like, Indiana Jones by numbers, plastic, constructed, lots of CG. You never really feel like any of the characters are in danger like the original. And that's kind of just what movies are these days, but it doesn't work for this movie as much. They de-age Harrison Ford for the first 20 minutes of the movie, and there are times where it looks really good. I would say 10% of the time it looks amazing. 50% of the time it looks okay, and then the rest of it is just, wow, that's... My brain doesn't like that. I guess this'll do, in terms of house. It's fine. But you can kind of just go with it. The problem is, once Harrison Ford starts talking, his voice is old man Ford coming out of young Harrison Ford. And it's really weird, it's really noticeable, and the lip movements also are a little uncanny. Which is a shame, because the beginning 20 minutes of this movie, I think, is really cool. Really cool. Why didn't they de-age his voice? They could, by the way. There is a way to do that. But, yeah, they didn't. Performances from Harrison Ford and Mads Mikkelsen are actually really good. Like, Harrison is actually showing up for the work. There's a scene a little over halfway through the movie where I felt the emotion he was trying to convey. I was like, damn, Harrison is here. The problem is Indy isn't. Because as usual, you know, he's a feeble, broken man, and then he becomes action superstar. And it's like, the disconnect is just massive. I would say that the side character is mostly an irritant, and extremely they try to give her an arc, but she also tries to, like, frame Indy for murder. I guess that's a spoiler. It happens real early, and honestly, there was no redemption, because it was just, like, so much speaking all the time, lots of antagonism, and it just felt really off. Like, they had that with Mutt in the previous movie, Shia LaBeouf, and they're trying to do it again here, but it works not as good, and then you're supposed to just like the character. It does not work for me at all. Mads Mikkelsen was amazing. Maybe wasted. The whole MacGuffin of the movie is somewhat interesting, and then it gets silly. And I guess that's really all I can say. So, yeah, there's a couple decent moments. I liked some of it, but it felt very indie by numbers. We gotta go here, then we go here, then we go here. And then we do this, and the ending felt like a reshoot. And lots of fun emotional manipulation. We know what you want, Indiana Jones fans, so we're gonna do that for you. We're gonna get you right in the feels. So 5 out of 10 is where I would sit with it right now. I would also say, for those that are curious, it might be better than Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull to me had some really high points, and it still had some of the Spielberg magic, but when it was bad, it was really bad. This weirdly felt consistently flatlining, like, across the whole movie, in my opinion. There were moments where it felt like Indiana Jones, and there were moments where even 80-year-old Harrison Ford felt like the character. But I don't know, it just felt like a kind of a joyless excursion. I don't know. A couple good jokes at least, but mostly, there were moments where I was clutching the seat, just hoping they wouldn't do something stupid, and then they did something stupid. So, anyway, thanks Disney. Hey, so chat, what part do I need from this? Claw? From the dragon wife. That's a talon. Same thing? Okay. So today, once again, if you're just joining, today we're going to be doing some shrine hunting. Maybe do a quest or two. And, yeah. I guess that's about it. If possible, upgrade a little bit of armor. Yeah, no main quest today. I may end up, like, using a guide to help me find some shrines, to be honest. Like, just a map. Because the shrines are numerous and there are many, and that might be a good thing to do in terms of not wasting our time. Compared to the underground, yeah, but my underground map is barely filled in, you know? I can do some... yeah, I can do some of this, for sure. I'll start with that, and then any leftovers I might end up looking at a map. Just explore the depths. Yeah, but it gets kind of boring. Someone just said you are boring. Well, you're watching the boring. I might do the Poe statue thing. And try to see if there's any other pieces of Poe armor or whatever that I missed. Someone said, I like the depths, which is a series of rock climbing challenges until you get a goblin cycle. Well, listen, I did all this, and I enjoyed it. Some of it I did on foot, some of it I did with the goblin cycle. I enjoyed my time with it, but, I don't think I want to get the full map of the depths. Vinny, why did you watch the new indie? Were you with a friend, or do you succumb to consumerism? The only two reasons possible. Well, there's a part of me that didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to ruin Indiana Jones for myself. Knowing that there were probably going to be a lot of... Disney has not impressed me with what they did with Star Wars. They didn't impress me with a lot of stuff. And the trailers were, like, making me nervous, and then apparently the movie was getting, like, review bombed a little bit. But my friend Tyler is the biggest Indiana Jones fan I know. And he wanted to go, so I said, sure. I gotta see it. There's only 5 of these movies in existence. It's not like I'm not gonna see it. You know, this is a character that I watched growing up all the time. So, there's a curiosity. So that's about it, really. So consumerism, then. Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, you're consuming this right now, especially if you don't have an ad block on. This is just consumption. So, I mean, however you choose to spend your time consuming, that's up to you. You're on Amazon. Amazon is a fucking horrendous company. So... Oh, Jenga. It's all consume. Jenga? Huh. There's also a part of me that, weirdly, when I do see movies or play video games, considering that there are a lot of people that watch what I do, there's always this part in the back of my mind, it's like, well, at least I'll get to talk about it. I don't want to say it's for work, because it's really not. But I do like sharing my opinion on things. It's kind of a fun hobby for me. So it works on a number of different levels. Though I will be completely clear, there was a part of me that really didn't want to see this movie, because I was afraid it was going to ruin one of my favorite characters. And it only does a little bit. Not as much as you'd expect. Uh-oh. Does streaming feel like work at times? Not really. I guess it could. But if I did sponsorships, I think that would feel more like work. And again, no disrespect to people that need to make money so that they can, like, feed themselves. But, I tend to just... Oh. I tend to just play stuff I like. And I'm interested in. And if it started to feel like work, maybe I wouldn't do it as much. Someone said, I'd hate to have to play the same games over and over again to make a living. Well, that's something I'm really grateful for. I've said this before, but my audience will watch me play chunky-ass Wario games, terrible games, Zelda. I'm lucky I could just kind of play whatever I want. And, that keeps me invested and interested. Because if I was only playing, like, you know, Counter-Strike or something like that, yeah, then I would probably not enjoy what I do as much. I think that's a safe bet. I forgot that I got that. I actually forgot that I got that. I was busy talking about random shit. Sorry, chat. I'm good. I'm no stroke here. Nothing. Nothing like that. Mainly a Sunday viewer, so I'm glad you get support for everything you stream. Sunday is the real shit. That's where people really show up. But early Zelda is usually very low numbers, but I don't really care. During the week I do well too, like at night. Like if I just play some random shit, trust me, chat, I'm doing just fine. But any number over 1,000 is absolutely fucking insane if you visualize how many people that is. And so, the fact that the Zelda streams of me just like, exploring shrines gets something like, you know, 4,000 on average, 3,500, is actually fucking crazy. So yeah, I'm doing great. I'm really doing just fine. No complaints here. What about Sundays? That attracts everyone, just the weird shit. Well, that's when I think people are conditioned over the past 8 or 9 years, or, you know, I'm not sure when Sunday stream tradition, like, started. But yeah, oh, Falling Star, people generally know to expect the weird games or the corruptions or the bad games Sunday, so it's just like, oh, it's a Sunday stream. I know that Vinny's gonna do something stupid here. And, more entertaining, and, like, that's where I actually put effort in, as opposed to just playing a video game. So yeah, I do think over time, that's just become a thing people are aware of. I want to watch Vinny watch commercials for some reason. Oh, is that foot fungus? Boy, I'm sure glad I'm here. Vinny, did you hear that the company that made Gollum announced they're no longer making games? Yeah, I heard about that. Which is a shame because, what is it, Daedalic? I don't know how to say that. Daedalic? Have made good games before. They just bit off more than they could chew with this Gollum game. Which is still in contention for one of the weirdest fits. Like, why get them to make a Gollum game? I think I got this. Note, he didn't got this. Oh. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I kind of do. Oh wait, yes I do. Don't you love when you forget Ascend exists? So, chat, I'm going to tell you about the thing that I was sent. The AR glasses. I was going to tell you about them because I had more time with them, and I think they're pretty cool, except they won't stop vibrating. So I'm like going about my business, and I see these two dildular objects vibrating. Even when not being used, mind you. I'll explain. So there's something wrong with them. This thing is broken. Which is a shame because I actually did end up kind of enjoying it, even if I don't see myself using it. So, okay, here's what happened. My YouTube network gets, a request to have, this thing. It's called Viture, or Viture? V-I-T-U-R-E. It's an AR glasses thing. It's not anywhere near as expensive as the other ones that have been on the market. And it's like, we want some of your people to try this. So the guy says on my behalf, well, Vinny doesn't do sponsorships, and he also may not ever talk about it. And if he does, he might say it's bad. And they were like, okay. So, so they send me one, and I check them out, and it's basically, yeah, it's AR glasses that has like it basically projects a screen in front of you, and they look like sunglasses. And they're really weirdly light. So I played Zelda in it. It really is like you just hook it up to a dock. You put the USB-C into the glasses, and then you're playing Zelda in AR glasses. And there's no screen dooring. It's surprisingly good, except the edges get blurry, and my field of vision isn't always amazing. Like, there are times where I'm trying to see, like, the bottom corner, and I can't see it. I have just found out you can zoom the screen further back, so now I can see the whole screen. So, just as that kind of thing, it's cool, though I can see some people not wanting to wear, like, glasses, because it's not like... The way I describe it is this. It's not like you're projecting a screen in front of you in real life. It's a weird, like, screen that looks like it's further away, but it's right next to your eyeballs. So, it's similar to the Valve Index, but you can see through the glasses if you want to, so that you can see the world around you. It's supposed to be like AR. I don't know, some people might not like that at all. I kind of got used to it after fucking with it for about an hour and a half. I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. Surprisingly good tech. But, I wouldn't make that my preferred choice of entertainment, like, of how to play a video game. Like, the Switch is already portable. I guess for privacy's sake, it's kind of cool. You would look like a fucking jabroni if you wore these glasses on a train or something. So, yeah, just as the glasses themselves, the sound is decent, the display is surprisingly impressive, and the tech is, like, very just easy to, like, it just kind of plug and play. Huh. The problem is the neckband. So the neckband it comes with is like a little computer. And it looks like two Hitachi wands that you drape around your neck. And the left side of it has controls. It's got like a D-pad kind of thing and some buttons. And it's actually got like a media browser. You can watch 3D videos and all that shit. And it's actually like a little PC. And you can just do stuff on there. It's kind of neat. However, like I said, so I watched like a video on YouTube that was 10 minutes, and the battery went down to like 95%. So if you do the math there, you can see how long the battery life is. Problem is, the fucking thing won't stop vibrating. Randomly, it vibrates. It just doesn't stop. And then, like, I turn it on and turn it off, and it keeps vibrating until the batteries run out. So, that's my issue with it. Clearly, I got a defective model. It's really nice of them to send me this, especially knowing that I might shit-talk it or never talk about it. I'm not showing it or anything, but, you know, I could see myself using it in very fringe, like, situations and cases, but I don't know if I need them. But it is a cool... I like VR, and I like, the tech of it, but I don't care about the treasure chest, it's fine. But yeah, I don't know if this will become an everyday thing. Maybe mileage may vary. I have to send them an email and say, hey, can you tell me why your product is broken? Because that's not good. What makes it dildular? Look up, Viture, it's a weird name, Viture neck band. And if you look at it, it almost looks like something that goes in both holes. Are they as expensive as a decent VR set? Well, they're not for VR gaming. You can play games on it. It projects a TV. It basically projects a screen. So it's not like an index. I don't think you can do VR gaming in the way that you would with like a Valve Index. This is just AR. I don't know if... So don't mistake that. I don't know if I would recommend these to most people. But like if you're, you know, if you got disposable income... I mean, it's not cheap. Not cheap. Just the glasses are almost 500, and the thing with the neckband is like 750. So yeah, this is. I mean, I'm fucking stunned that they sent this thing to me. Let me show you the thing. So, I mean, sure, it's a little bit oblong, but you could get that in there if you need to, right? I'm not. You're talking about it, aren't you? Yeah, I guess so. Well, again, I can confidently tell you that, mine is broken. So, be aware of that. Not really trying to advertise this to you, even though that was clearly their intent. But they knew what they signed up for with me, so... yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's... The one they sent me is broken. That said, it is kinda cool. And I may use it for porn... for... movies, YouTube, gaming once in a while. Have you visited the old Yiga base from Breath of the Wild? I think I did. The vibration is a feature. I see. I didn't? Okay, so we'll go there next. Let me just wear the lobster shirt real quick. Vinny, what do I name my new puppy? Oh, Hitachi. Definitely Hitachi. Is that one of them dragons? Oh, Greg's movie got funded, so thank you, anyone that maybe have participated in that. I'm really happy, because now, you know, I'm hoping the movie won't be shit. That would be nice. Even if it is, it'll be fun. But no, I'm just excited to be a part of an Alien movie. So, if any of you contributed in any way, shape, or form to that, just know that you have my thanks. That's really... It's really, a shot in the dark. On your part. Let's, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. That's why you're going to help him, no? To make it less shit. Well, you place a lot of faith in me. As if I've ever made a movie before. But no, I'm only a very, very small percentage of this movie at this point. All I can do is read the script and help with casting, and then show up for a day or two. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to do too much, which is great. Technically, you've recorded more footage than any of them. I guess so. I've done a lot of editing in my life. Not, like, story-based editing, necessarily. I mean, I guess I kinda have a little bit, but... I don't think I have the skills required to do this. Like, if I had a bigger role. So I'm glad I only have a small part in it. Do you like Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword more? I like Twilight Princess a little bit more. Maybe more than a little bit. You just gotta make the balls touch. It's fine. God, recall is so fucking broken. Vinny, I noticed you never aged over the course of your career. Are you not telling us something? Yeah, I'm Keanu Reeves. Oh, I feel it. That's very nice of you to say, but I feel it. My upper back has been tingling since the convention, because I was, like, walking around with a heavy backpack on. Not too heavy, but that, and also, since we're practicing, like, 3 hours a week, I have a guitar strapped around my, my upper shoulder, obviously, for several hours at a time, and I'm starting to notice that more. I mean, I don't really do a lot of exercise, so that doesn't help, but that's why you use the lightest guitars you have, folks. This is why people use Strats. Wait, you don't use them? Yeah, I use Strat. I use a Stratocaster. That's probably my main guitar at this point. I just had to get my my Gretsch repaired too because the fucking I was playing and that's a kind of a heavy guitar. So of course Josh Homme can play it with no problem because he's like 6'6". But I was playing it and the peg that keeps the strap in, don't laugh, like just came out. And I dropped, I grabbed it, but I almost dropped it. So, apparently that happens with that specific type of thing. So we can... I'll save you. Got this. I may need saving. Alright, man. I wasn't gonna, but now I have to. One moment, please, everyone. Chat, listen to this. Yep. All hours of the day, this fucking thing does this. And then it'll stop, and then it'll start, and I'm like, did I leave my dild on again? Vinny, please stop. You're actually killing me with laughter. I'm happy one person finds me funny. Dill Donegan? Oh, that sounds like, that's like a great, like, musician, like a novelty musician from the 60s. Welcome, Dill Donegan, to the show, everybody. Cousin of Lonnie Donegan, if you know who that is, which maybe you don't, but... Is this thing gonna fucking explode? Why does it vibrate to begin with? You know when, like, your phone, it has haptics? So when you're, like, selecting something, you can just feel a slight vibration? Well, that's what's supposed to happen here. Is the battery okay? 90%. I mean, now it's probably less because it's been doing this all night. It also has an actual fan inside of it to cool it down because it's like a little mini PC. So there's like a quiet mode to turn the fan, like, down so it's not as loud. Again, this is not the actual glasses. This is the other thing, but... Again, I'm actually kind of impressed by the tech. I'm surprised at how, like, simple it was to learn. But, you know, I don't think I could look at the screen for more than an hour. That's just a personal observation. Or rather, I could, but I don't think I'd want to. Because after a while in VR, I also start to not... I don't want to be in there for more than a couple hours. Also, I have a, Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is that what's going on here? Oh, God. I love the fucking index, the Valve index, but I have my issues with it. I'm hoping the next iteration is gonna fix those, and that way we can play the same 3 games, but with a better headset, because the VR market right now is just no one knows what to do except half-assedly port older games to it. It's really unfortunate. There's so much potential. Someone said, Vin, go in the hole. Oh, this is what it looked like in New York a couple weeks ago now. No, really, Chad, is there anything actually in those, or no, is that just death? There is. Maybe I'll come back to them. If it's just booble. I don't need boobles right now. I need shrines. Man, what a fucking great way to farm for meat. Hot damn. That makes life a little easier. It does pre-cook it, yeah, but I mean, that's okay too. You can... Full health almost. But yeah, you can't sell it now, really. I mean, yes you could, but it wouldn't be worth quite as much. The sand sled thing is a lot more fun than I expected. Vinny, opinion on Hot Pockets. Good when I was a little piss baby. Not as good now. I had one in the past 2 years, and I remember thinking, I really am too old for this. They're fine if you're really hungry in a pinch, but I don't think I would want to be buying those on the regular. It's like buying a Lunchable as an adult. And being like, boy, I remember this being a whole lot more food. I would argue that Hot Pockets have aged better as an adult than Lunchables have, though. Kara hashtag? Damn you to hell, Lunchables are poggers. Yeah, I mean, well, you just called something poggers, so I don't know if that invalidates your opinion or strengthens it. But, you know, if you like them, I'm not here to take that away from you. But how old are you? I think, for me, Lunchables are just nostalgia at this point. Because here's a fun fact. When I was younger, and Lunchables were first... Like, when I first had them, they were new. Yeah. I remember, like, hearing about them in school, like, oh, they're new. It's this new thing. Lunchables have been around since existence. The 90s, I think. Unless I'm mistaken. I'm usually mistaken, so it's okay if I am. The Lunchables fan club will be upset with me because I'm anti-poggers, damn. Well, it's like when I was shitting on the 4-hour battery life on the PS5 controller, which I think is a really cool controller, mind you. I've received a number of people very upset with me, trying to explain how it is I who is stupid, and that the controller is in fact amazing, and then I'm just charging it wrong. It's like, well, you know, you can still like something if you're a little critical of it. You know, it's okay too. But, you know, I don't regret my purchase, even though I've only played my PS5 one time. You know, that eventually will become more than one time, and I'm planning on playing more Final Fantasy 16. Sorry, what's happening here? I thought there was a shrine down here, chat. The wrong hole? Oh, my friend, there is no wrong hole. I wish I didn't say that. I wish I was a little bit taller, a baller. Whatever. Remember that song? There was some dude talking about how he was wishes he was taller and a baller. A scrawler. That's a meme song? Stop vibrating! Stop it! Can you turn it off? It is off! Last I checked. Yeah, no, this is completely powered down. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I got this thing... Usually, like, new devices have a battery charge, but this thing did not. At all. So I'm like, that's weird that this particular device wouldn't have a battery charge. Because it was fucking vibrating in transit. The delivery guy probably thought he was transporting a bomb. I tried to find a firmware update, and I couldn't. There's no easy way to do that, so... Yeah, I mean, that to me is a pretty big negative. See, there's something under this rock here, chat. That might not be anything of note. I'm gonna find out that the battery on this thing lasts like a week in regards to just vibrational power, and that's gonna fucking suck. I'm just gonna have to throw it. Just gonna have to throw it in like a diaper. I don't know. Sorry, that was the first thing that came to mind. What's wrong with me? I just find that they're funny. They're funny. It's just a funny word. It's a funny concept. Did you contact them if it's defective? I have not specifically I tried to get my contact to contact them, so we'll have to find out if that ever gets resolved. Otherwise, yeah, then I have to actually put some effort in. Just take the batteries out at this point? What batteries? This is not one of those devices. It's just got an internal battery. Again, I'm really grateful. I mean, I know I sound a little ungrateful at the moment. There are not a lot of companies that would agree to my ridiculous terms. Like, I don't exactly exude corporate, you know, friendly streamer in regards to, like, products. So if, you know, if someone's like, I will send this guy free stuff, I like that. Like, remember when I got that treasure chest with all the bath salts that I fucking used to go mental for like 3 weeks? That was fun. Chat, you remember when I said in Generation Lost that I'm a hoarder and I collect knickknacks, paddywhacks, and various things like that? Maybe that was closer to the truth than many people would imagine. Let me, switch to my sex rat outfit. This is very Indiana Jones. Actually, a lot of this game, a lot of the riddles and, like, clues to finding, like, lost, like, ruins or objects or shrines, armor, a lot of it reminds me of, like, Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones kind of thing. Which, that's some of my favorite shit in the game, actually. That's probably been consistently the stuff that I've enjoyed the most, is here's like a riddle. Solve it. Figure out where this thing is. Cave equals Indiana Jones. Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Whoa. I heard the boo bell. Not that I need it. What's that? I did this one already. Okay. Just looped back around. Chat, where, I mean, I guess I know where the shrine is. I just don't know how to get in there. Try descend. Hole near other lever. Please go down. I did before. The big sword is pointing the way, but I can't figure out how to... Guess we're here again. Maybe I need to ass end. Oh, wait. Here, right? Maybe? Oil? I mean, I'll never complain about a purple rupee. But I am no closer to figuring this out. Hole behind statue. This hole. Oh. Wait. Oh. Oh! I thought this was the same hole several times. Oh. Powerful weaponry. Oh god, it's so bright. So how about that horrendous Reddit app? Since they decided to kill their API. I've never used it before, and I hate it. Vinny, I thought you weren't a Redditor. Unfortunately, chat member, it's become almost a bit of a necessity, considering it's where people post stuff from my stuff. And it's also a place where I can go and read about movies and music and... You know, yeah, but I was using a third-party app, and now I'm not, because they killed it, and I hate that their actual app is actually disgusting. A lot of internet things are just terrible these days. You notice that? Like, just ways to browse the internet and, like, be on it. But yeah, it's kind of more out of necessity. As if any other social media is any better. No, it's usually all gross. I love, looking at the replies of a Twitter thread, and then there's an advertisement for a cat diaper midway through the comments, and then I reach the end, and it's unrelated comments. But yeah, there's really not a lot of, like, anytime something starts out user-friendly, it just becomes dumber and dumber and more full of, like, full-page advertisements until I don't want to use it anymore. And it's the same fucking 10 websites and apps across the entire internet. I'm gonna guarantee this isn't how you solve this, but... that's fine. Chat, what is that? Are these rat droppings? Wait, does my rat suit leave a little path of light? Oh, I never even I didn't even fucking consider that. It's the set bonus. You skip the part that teaches you how to solve the next part. I see. Like, I understand. I just need to figure out a way to, Oh, okay. This is lift-upable. Damn it. Do you want a hint for the first part of the puzzle you missed? Do you shoot the flame into the thing? You have to admit, that kind of made sense. Also, this rat suit is too bright. I need to get rid of it. I want to feel the tingle. That was one. Think that was two, maybe? Two? Yeah. I have no idea if this is the intended solution, but... working for me. Three. I thought I had to shoot arrows, like flaming arrows at them. But I guess that's cool. It was mostly the intended solution, but you got... oh, I guess you could have done all three with one recall. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. Vinny, please, I beg you, no more Tingle outfit. What, you're not lactating with excitement when you see Tingle's outfit? You can really just put any words in any order, huh? Yep. Yeah. Yep. We're stretching. My jolly jelkers. I was stretching. What was that? Over there? Oh, star. Vinny, I miss your marble it up true anger moments. You want to get me angry? Vinny, I miss when you were truly angry. Yeah, sorry, chat member. I don't want to fake anger, which I have done as well. But it's, I gotta play marble games if I want that real anger. And, I don't know. I guess I don't feel like I want to be angry lately. You know, it's not good for you. Maybe it's good for the audience, it's probably not good for me. Where's this one? Vinny, your weapon looks like a wheat bin. Oh yeah, it kinda does. Shrine is below, behind the waterfall. On the flip side, I think your stubbornness to do stupid tricks during the Monkey Ball stream was a lot of fun. That's how you discover speedrun techniques. You do, stupid shit. Unless they could match the Monkey Ball engine, like, 1 for 1. Well, they don't have to necessarily. As long as they get it, like, feeling good and like, close enough, I'd be happy. But, that remake that they put out wasn't exactly that. Something felt, like, slightly off about it. It was fine. It wasn't terrible. By any means. It was okay. You went too far down, look for the bridge. I need to find the confounded bridge. Oh. Use the Zora armor. There's also a stream where you said you wouldn't play DKC 3. Yeah, I really didn't want to. But chat member, here's the thing about being live and releasing 13 years of videos as a human. It's almost impossible to stay 100% consistent. Because things change, people change, memories change. And, I didn't really want to play DKC 3, but I knew people really wanted me to play it, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And I had the time to do so. But, yeah, sometimes things can... Oh, there we go. Sometimes things can change, and sometimes for the better, and sometimes not so much. But... I apologize if, me playing DKC 3 was not authentic. Wait, what the hell is this? I'm Yiga. No, I'm Yiga. Is a shrine in there, chat? Fuck. Alright, where do I get the pant? Pants is west of Kokiri Forest. right where you zoomed in on first. Thank you, chat. Appreciate it. Only 30 more shrines to go? Oh god. Is it still vibrating? No, it's off for now. It'll start up again. I've tried everything to get this thing to stop fucking vibrating and it just keeps turning itself back on. What thing? Oh, you know. I also need one more, Sage's Will, so I can power up one more freak. So it's like here? The foothills. Yiga map and album, Vinny? Huh. Forgot about that. Look for the frog statues. What are frogs, though? Do you remember when David Duchovny was talking about that? He was like, what even are frogs? Heard that the Yiga Clan have a branch in this area. If that's true, then it's important I give it a wide berth. Let me guess, you're, not familiar with the Yiga Clan? Definitely aren't one of them. I now have a souvenir to bring home. Just stay right here and join my master in the hereafter. Hey, you know, we're gonna... It's me, young Jay Leno. How you doing? I was at a club the other day. And, told a joke. And no one laughed, and I thought that was weird. So I really drove the point home. I actually listened to an interview with him. For some reason. And, he acknowledges all the comedians that shit on him when he got the Tonight Show. And he was like, I would call them and I wouldn't tell them they couldn't come. I tell them, come on the show. Come on the show. Don't worry about it. He's like, that's okay if you make fun of me. Oh, I don't mind. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's surprisingly enlightened, I guess. He's only busy stealing Conan's show. He never really stole The Tonight Show. That was, NBC, apparently. Not that anyone cares about this. This is ancient, dumb history for, people that remember the late night wars, which is, like, who cares, but... NBC never gave it to Letterman. They always wanted Jay Leno to do it, because they thought he was the right guy for the job. To be as milquetoast as possible. And reach the widest audience of olds possible. And he succeeded. Wasn't he the inspiration for the talk show guy in the Joker movie? I mean, that's more like general, like Johnny Carson, like some of the olds. I think who was the one before Carson? Like the originators of the form. But anyway. I mean, it seems like despite him being a penis and, you know, not wanting to give up the Tonight Show when the Conan thing went down, he just took the job. They offered it to him. He was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then he said when he got burned in the flaming car wreck, he was like, I'm not gonna complain. I mean, no one cares about a rich person getting burned, so I just make jokes about myself. Oh, okay. 5 chambers. All members are to memorize the route to the hidden room containing our uniforms. Follow the eyes of the frogs. You sound an awful lot like that. He bought food for the writers in the writer's strike. He did, yeah. But he pulled up in a Tesla and people shit on him for it. He did. He went to the writer's strike. He gave them donuts. But, yeah. You know, no, like, honestly, no matter what you do, you're gonna get some bullshit. But he's a fucking mega rich celebrity that has banked over $500 million working on The Tonight Show for 22 years. So of course he's got the money for a Tesla. He's got like 500 cars. That's his like hobby. It's like, are you surprised this guy's a multi-millionaire? But yeah, I don't know how I feel about him. That's the weird thing. I make fun of him with Gray Leno, but truthfully, hearing the interview made me a little bit more sympathetic. It's almost like people are multifaceted, which is confusing because it's hard to Rolodex that amount of things in your brain. Because it's easier person good or person bad, right? But when you start thinking about it, and you have to remember, okay, person's not that bad. Maybe there's shades of gray, Leno. Maybe there's this that's not great, but this is okay, and this is okay. It's like, our brains can only hold so much information, for most of us, I guess, and it's just so good. Person good. Person bad. It's just easier. I get it. It's unfortunate that it is that way, but... How many shades of gray? Oh, 50. All 50.
Ma!
Finally, I've been waiting. If a pretty lady is in distress, the hero will arrive to save her. Everyone says so. So this is entirely appreciated. It's strange. The hero's supposed to be carrying a legendary sword. It doesn't look legendary at all, not even when I squint. I guess the hero's just a fairy tale. Wonder what happens if you talk to her with the Master Sword. Been making outfits for the Yiga Clan since they kidnapped me. I mean, I like fashion, but I couldn't even sew. Did they listen? No, of course not. Well, it wasn't so bad once I got used to it, though. Honestly, I've been getting a little attached to the outfits I make. Attached enough I don't want to hand them over to the Yiga Clan anyway. This isn't my size, but it might fit you. Here, take it.
Wow.
Folks will think you're part of the Yiga Clan if you wear the complete set. She says, oh, you don't look like the hero from the stories, even with the sword. Shame. Basic counting ability. Training division oversees the improvement of all members of the Yiga Clan. Mastery of the Earthwake technique? Earthwake? They punch the ground. Oh, yeah. They get so angry they punch rocks. Oh. Sorry. Grey Leno's escaping his body. It's like Alien, except there's a little Grey Leno trying to do, chest bursts. Vinny, I'm from Costa Rica, and because of your streams, I got to know Leno's existence and his alien son, and I'm not happy about it. Wait, what do you mean, his alien son? Is this new lore? What, I adopted an alien, what? No, Grey Leno is not Jay Leno's son. The Blade Master Station. This is the Yiga Blade Master Station. There are made and unmade. You brave the elements to take this first step that speaks well of your passion to become Blade Master. My exam is rigorous. Do you have what it takes to succeed? Test is unforgiving. In Gerudo Canyon, there are 5 frog statues with identifying marks of the Yiga Clan. I will reveal the locations. Is this worth it? Make an offering of mighty bananas. Okay, I'll do it. I'll name you Blade Master. I'll personally give you these mighty bananas. It's a shrine and an extra bonus, so yes. Oh, it is a shrine. Okay, this is shrine related. Take off the Yiga clothes here. Here it goes again. Wonder what this sounds like with the warble effect. Hang on.
Spin.
Wow, I can't believe that vibrational device said spin at the end there. Okay, we gotta find these. You don't need to sneak with the Yiga set. I wasn't fully Yiga'd out. I wasn't yeeking out yet. Good to know. This one just does not want to, There we go, come on. You can do it. Here. Overspeed. You can sneak up on critters with the Yiga set as long as you don't sprint. This is a scam to take all your bananas. I mean, he gave me 5 bananas. Pyramid scheme? It's a Triforce scheme. If you pay close attention, you'll start to see the Triforce everywhere. Because there are a lot of people that don't know what a Triforce is, and just use it as a logo. In, like, random places. Me, I'm about the Quad Force. A nice weapon! Ah. Yeah, good. Oh, man!
Yeah, activate. Activate. Activate.
Yellow ore gives you more gems. I feel like I knew that. And then I forgot it. But what about the most rare ore? The either ore. By the way, that part of the like is called the Gilded Throngler. Because it throngles, like, really, really well. Vinny, did you forget your turd gems from the buffalo? I guess for any chat members that haven't been watching the Zelda streams, that needs a little bit of explanation, but the sentence is legit. I haven't picked them up, no, they probably have despawned by now. Aw, man! Don't tell me this one's in a cave, too. Oh no, it's here somewhere. Oh, there's a shrine here. Oh, wait. Is that the Yiga shrine that it's finding? Vinny, my friend wants you to do the Link Twink voice. That- what? No, that's Fledge. That's not Link Twink. What are you talking about? Your friend is a fucking idiot. It's a good thing your friend said that and not you. That would be embarrassing. Streamer is mean. 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 Vinny, I told my friend I watched Vinesauce and he blocked me. That I'm not doubting. That to me is more believable than this person's friend wanting to hear the voice. There we go. This one involves a lot of teleporting. I guess you could just, like, run to each location on foot, but that would take, like, double. I still don't know if putting away the paraglider and then opening it back up actually helps while I'm gliding like that, but it's now a force of habit and I just can't stop doing it. I think it helps. It doesn't? Why would it? Well, there was this thing I read about how if you do the thing, and then you do this, and then that again, you go real fast. And someone else said, if you do it and you just open the paraglider up. It's called a glitch. I don't know. It is faster, but not by a lot. Oh, okay. It works, but you're not doing it right. Alright, fuck it then. You passed the Blade Master exam. I have a reward for you. You're permitted to step into the inner sanctum. The reward is valuable and only found in the depths. It's a great honor to receive it. Pay no heed to the strange glowing ruins you may find inside. We haven't decided what to do about them yet. Oh, is that one that's not actually broken? Fuse it to a Gleok horn? How small it is. Why? I don't know. Chat member said to do it. Vinny, you ruined it. Vinny Shrine. I know. There's other things I have to do too. I feel like I know you from somewhere, but I'm drawing a blank. Who you are is not important, though members of the Yiga Clan should take care to keep themselves presentable. Ribbon? For someone who has stopped looking for booble gems, I've found quite a few of them. He said that there's a prize in the depths. Was he speaking, like, metaphorically, or is there actually... That sword is only found in the depths. Oh, I see. A prize from the depths. This is the real prize. Now there's a real reward, a new ability. Oh, so go to the old Yiga base. It's a good thing I have chat to tell me this stuff. Holy fuck. There's so much stuff. Give me a second here, chat. Just banning 3 or 4 chat. I'm kidding. No one's... not even reading the chat. Where is the old Yiga base? Is it like here? Oh. How would you know you're not reading the chat? Oh, how would you know you're not reading the chat? I'm not. Vinny, when did you realize that you were an epic streamer? Oh, well, chat member, probably a couple years ago. Vinny, Redvox is my favorite band and continues to be the best rock band in the world right now. Wow. That's amazing, chat member. Vinny, I like your stream better than the Seinfeld television show. It should be in syndication by... Wow, chat members, that's... everyone's so real great. So real great. And real. Vinny, insert your insecurities that you may have here. I'm here to tell you, as a real chat member, that those are in fact not real. And nothing to worry about. Wow, chat members!
Ah.
It's a cool move. It's called the Earthwake technique. Get lost, only Yiga Clan members enter this place. I want to join you! I heard you guys could teach me some cool moves that have everyone swooning over me. To join us is to become a part of a collective shrouded in secrecy. Our lives are sworn to Master Koga. Who you were before matters not, only your strength, your loyalty, and your skill for espionage. Find our 3 branches and collect the clan attire. Earn your place, then you can enter. Now go away. Oh, come on! My mom said I know my sweet little Mimos will pass the Yiga test first try. That's why I came all the way out here. Aren't these guys, like, bad? If I could bust them out, I bet everyone would be like, wow, Mimos, you're so handsome and cool. Wow, it's like my chat lately. My chat is saying, Vinny, wow, Vinny, you're so handsome and cute. Whoa, a real live Yiga. Awesome, I've never seen one in person before. That's the Yiga outfit, huh? It looks even more stylish than I thought. That fearless demeanor. I heard you had promise, but I didn't think you'd earn your place, let alone rise to Blade Master. A splendid feat. Don't let that little title bloat your ego. Stay faithful to the cause with a sharp blade and a silent heart. I imagine you're well acquainted by now, but this hideout is the linchpin of the Yiga Clan subterranean expansion. It's where we train our members, develop our special vehicles, and do whatever else needs doing. I hope you find this place can serve you as well as you can serve it. We're grateful to have you, Blade Master.
Ooh. Ooh.
They just only eat bananas. Spikes. Arrows. That probably should have worked. Wait. That was actually the solution to that? Oh. You don't remember doing this exact same thing in Breath of the Wild. I don't remember 3 days ago. Wish I did. Because I'm pretty sure it was cool. Hey, what are you doing? I'm trying to repair that frame. Don't touch it. Or do you want to be made into parts? Just mount the tire here, fix it real tight so it won't come off. Can you stop looming? I can't focus if you stand there all silently. Can't you see the depths team left me an armored vehicle to fix? Are you interested in this raging roadster, my fiendish armor-clad masterwork, the Gloom Dredger? Yeah, sure, why not? What's wrong with this dude's, like, torso? 999 rupees? No, no way. I fixed it. Alright, eat shit. He dropped it to 500. Still not worth it.
Yeah, break good weapons. Yeah.
My favorite. Just put a rock on the Master Sword. I love that that's what the Master Sword has been relegated to in this Hyrule. Just break a wall of rocks with your Master Sword, Link. Fi is like, oof, ouch, owie. Let's see if it was worth all the weapons I just wasted. Oh, nope, definitely not. The Thunder Helm has been passed down from one Gerudo chief to the next for generations. Though we were briefly able to steal this electric shock repelling helm, it was quickly retaken. We made a mistake. We have mistaken their chief's youth for naivety and paid the price. For it in turn. Hang on one second, chat. I got a text. Okay. Makila Riju is not to be taken lightly. Lightning resistant materials. I have this, don't I? Makila? Our lightning helm was born. They made their own. Though I could only make one, I leave this world dreaming of the day that a member of our clan dons the lightning helm and brings the royal family of Hyrule to its ruin. Wait a minute. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Someone just said, bro, wear rubber. Wear a rubber. I mean, these outfits already look pretty rubular. Not even worth it. What am I doing? Can't get up there like that. Okay, we can get up there like this, though. It's an interesting skill you have there. Link must fall, so you're the Yiga who made Blade Master faster than anyone else in the world. This is where we mortals train. I won't begrudge you your title. You're clearly capable, but you're a newcomer to my arena. I'll treat you as such. Now, newcomer. Zelda's disappearance has provided us with an opportunity to crush Hyrule's spirit once and for all. Her appointed swordsman Link is still out there, alive and kicking, stubborn little wretch. Hence our intensive training. He's a formidable warrior, and we'll all need to hone our skills to take him down. If you value your life, I recommend you do the same, Blade Master title or no, show us enough promise. And you might even earn our precious lightning helm. It's our sacred treasure, completely resistant to electricity.
Oh.
Thought I had this. Guess not. 3 combatants in under a minute. First round is free. Oh wait, I have to wear this outfit? I don't know if we want to be flying around Hyrule with that symbol on our paraglider, though. Apparently Twitch is buffering. I don't have any drop frames or anything. I'm worthy. Teach me the secret technique. Executing a charge attack with no weapons. Unprecedented 9 opponents. You now have a move with no durability. Well, that's cool. Not particularly powerful, but I guess it's cool to have it.
Ah. Hmm.
If you're this talented, you might even be a match for that nefarious swordsman, Link. The loathsome Link's scrotum. You're clearly more gifted than I dared imagine. Come now, receive our sacred treasure.
Ah.
I thought I had that already. I had a different one. I wonder if that can break rocks. That'd be nice. That was a pretty cool quest line. Anything else of note in here, or is it time to leave? Not really, unless you want to pick a fight with them. Not really. Burn the wall scrolls in this room? People are not able to watch the stream at all. Twitch is really shitting the bed today. The ones with the symbol of fire on them. What are you talking about? Oh! I think we're done in here. One more room. What did I miss in that one more room? The exit? Just a hole? Breadward. Oh, man. Bananas and some dialogue. Oh, is this a Great Plateau one? Find it eventually. Maybe there's a cave here? No, no cave here. This shrine is annoying to find. I welcome spoilers on this shrine. Please help. Cave under plateau. Now, do I access it from the plateau, or do I have to, go, like, over the edge of it? Okay. That is the sluice gate, I think. Now, there we go. Now we're classic Link. Well, not really. I mean, this is Zelda 1 Link using, like, Ocarina of Time stuff. Even the Master Sword looked different in Link to the Past. Had, like, a red handle. It was not, like, completely different, but it was different enough. Man, Demon King Bow is badly damaged. Shit. I only got one of these left. So this ability is fucking awful. Uh... Oh my god. Let me borrow you for a second. There it is. Above this fucking game. Alignment of the circus. Oh, it's a lot of circles. Please try to get the chest in this one. Room is now in emote-only mode. God damn it. Is that a Dorito I see? Chat, in emotes, explain how to do this shrine. That would be really great if you could do that. That would be so beautiful. I feel like it's just guessing. Chat, these emotes aren't helping. What the fuck is this? Wait. Wait. Really? I've never had to look up at a shrine before. Those are usually just designs. Like just random, like decorations, no? That one's good. Okay, well that worked. Chat, can you now unemote and tell me how to get the treasure chest? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's kind of neat. I don't think the treasure chest is worth it. I think the chat member just wanted to see me solve that. You can get a good hint by checking the shrine's name on the map. Oh, that's actually not terrible. Alignment of the circles. Yeah, I read that. I thought I had to align them in like a straight line or something. I don't know. I figured this shrine out by stick drift. Hey, whatever works. Thanks, Nintendo. It was always a feature. PS5 and Xbox controllers drift too. Vinny, that's not a light route. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, Nintendo... I've never had, drift, but... That's what a chat member said. I don't know, I haven't experienced drift. However, I have had... As I've explained before, I've gone through many PS4 controllers. That's a shrine. Oh wait, no. Oh, that doesn't count as a shrine? Oh. But yeah, I've had issues with my PS4 controllers and had to buy a couple ones because they just stopped... Like, there's drift, and one of them just kind of stopped working properly. And, those things are expensive. I think the Joy-Cons are most famous for drifting. I think most people have had issues with Joy-Cons. Someone just said, I despise Joy-Cons. As much as possible, I avoid using them. That said, if the Switch is in handheld mode, I don't have much of a problem with them. They do feel kind of cheap, though, and they're expensive. But that said, I mean, like I said, I personally haven't had any issues, so this is just... You know, it's one of those things where... If 8 out of 10 people have had an issue with a thing, and then I don't, I'm not really qualified to speak on it. But... just in terms of comfortability, the Pro Controller is amazing. God damn it! I needed that piece. Vinny, do you prefer the Nintendo Xbox style of sticks or the Sony symmetrical one? The Sony style cramps my thumb. I get used to it, but I prefer the one with the analog stick top left. However, it is nice to have a D-pad over there for when games require a D-pad, so... I don't know, I guess it depends on the game, but... I feel like I'm much more acquainted and used to the style of top left analog. Though my 8-bit Do controller has the Sony style stick, so I've gotten more Poor pigeon. I've gotten more used to it over the years. But as I've said, I like the PS5 controller. I don't think I've ever actually held one in my hand before. And now that I have it and had a chance to play a game with it, I think it is a really, really quality, good-feeling controller. And as I said before, it just sucks the battery life is terrible. I get what they're doing with the haptic triggers, but in, like, Final Fantasy 16, you use it to open doors? So, you know... heavily dependent on the game. Haptics plays a bigger role in FPS. What do you do in FPS with the haptics? Semi or full auto? Triggers feel different per gun. It hinders gameplay. There's weight and resistance. Interesting. Well, I'll check out Astro's Playroom at some point. There's force on the R2, L2. That's what that is? I'm curious about that, because I thought it was just analog. I was about to say, didn't GameCube do that? I remember Mario Sunshine, when Mario uses the water cannon, Mario is able to use the water cannon. And I really need some better weapons. This is why exploring the depths is actually useful, aside from all the Zonite shit. Zoanite shit, is because you can find unbroken weapons that are actually, like, good. Soldier's Claymore Stick. With long throw. Nice number. I think he mentioned he tones it down for streams and used to be thicker years ago or something. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, my accent. Oh. No, I don't... this is kind of just how I speak in real life. This is real life speak. But, over the years of editing myself, like editing my videos, and hearing myself speak, there were words I was saying where I'm like, I don't like the way that sounds. So... We're talking about how Mike has a thicker accent than you, and that's where the difference comes from. Well, let's just say some people lean into the accent more for effect. Like, when I get fake angry on my streams, or even real angry, the accent comes out more. But my parents never had the most Staten Island accents. So even when I was at my most New York accenty, it wasn't that bad. So, I mean, that's just my personal experience. But no, I definitely, I like to do the New York accent thing because it's funny. But on a regular basis, I don't really have it. You know what? A lot of my friends don't either. Joe doesn't really have much of a New York accent. Bill, Gerald, like, the whole band is pretty just neutral American English. Aside from a couple words. I think there's a couple words that are just kind of really hard to escape if you're a New Yorker. Water. Being one of them. But then, like, you know, there's parts of Staten Island where there are people that will speak with a very thick New York accent, and then there's people in Brooklyn, like, you get your sandwich, and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" So, I guess it depends on what level of working class you are, it depends on your family, it depends on how much you like that. I don't really like it that much. I like, you know, it's fun, it's on a couple words, it's fun, but, I just, you know, hearing myself speak through editing, and then seeing people's reaction to the way I say Mario, I was like, oh yeah. Got a bit of a regional accent there, don't I? And, didn't really love it. But it was only a couple words. Please never say Mario again. See, that's the thing. I say Mario, and a lot of people locally say Mario, but people spell it M-E-H-R-I-O. I don't get that. Don't change, it's good. Oh, it's too late, I already say Mario. Fuck. No! Oh, okay, good. I thought that was gonna go into the abyss. The fuck? It's a quest? Oh, it's a questicle. Okay. Good. Great. Someone just said in chat, yo, I started a YouTube channel, can y'all sub to it, so I can shout you out? Now, chat member, that's not the main reason you want people to sub to your channel. Which is why you're advertising it during a live stream, which will, by the way, get you the best followers. That's a good picture. I mean, it's not really center- Ah, let me center it, dog. I wonder if that actually works for people. Like, sort by live channels with, top viewer numbers. Copy, paste message about new YouTube channel. I wonder if that actually has ever worked for anyone. Casting a wide net. I mean, you gotta, you know, you want to get viewers. I don't know, I mean, how else do you do it? I would recommend not doing that, because you're gonna end up getting banned in a lot of Twitch chats. For one. And the people that end up, you know, subscribing to you probably won't do it out of best intentions. But when you have millions of YouTube channels, when every other person on the planet has their own YouTube channel, I can understand how hard it must be to, you know, to get your first couple followers or whatever. Being genuine gets you better quality followers than appealing to the lowest common denominator. That's true, but however, I hate to even play devil's advocate because I agree with that 150%. But the problem is, there's usually a fast track to some viewers. Whereas you can be genuine for 10 years and get, you know, 50 people. It sucks. It's like a Rube Goldberg. Yeah, if you're interested in making money fast or making worthwhile wealth. Well, that's why when people ask me for advice, I don't have a ton of it. But it's always... Here's the couple pieces of advice I have when starting a YouTube or a Twitch. It is simply... Nobody owes you anything. And there's no guarantees. And, the other piece of advice is, do it for fun, because if you're not having fun doing it, and you don't end up succeeding, like on the level you want to, then it really will have been a waste of time. But if you enjoy what you do, and you don't end up getting your, mega millions, then it wasn't time wasted. And, if you're genuinely enjoying what you do, and you have passion for what you do, people tend to notice that. But you do wear desperation on your face. I say that, and right now I only have, you know, 3,000 people, which is a lot, but, you know, there are streamers who, like, eat their own cock live on a streaming platform and get, like, 50,000. Not literally. You know. But yeah, there's definitely ways to be an irritant and have that aspect of being a train wreck fast track you to some more success. But if you don't end up resenting your audience, then your audience ends up resenting you, and then I guess you start doing drugs or something. I don't know. I feel like that's not 100% true. That's just my own personal observation of the whole thing. But, as I said, I do understand why people would opt for that route when being genuine will get you fuck all for 10 years, which I've seen happen to a lot of really talented people. Networking is way more important than raw talent, unfortunately. And also getting lucky with when you start, and, like, getting in early. because networking for me didn't really end up paying dividends, so to speak. A lot of what ended up happening with me was not in regards to people on a mass level. Like, I didn't... Let's just say this. I didn't have the ability to join a Minecraft SMP and then get, like, 1 million followers overnight or anything like that. Like, it was much more organic and slow. But I'm also kind of a weird fringe case. Like, my whole thing is... I'm weirdly outside of a lot of things. There we go. But, everyone's path to success is different, and measuring success for person to person is also extremely different. For some people, getting 100 viewers live on Twitch is huge success. And for some people, they're not gonna be happy until they hit, like, you know, the moist critical levels of success. And so, you know, is success just having enough money to pay your bills, or is it having enough money to drive a fancy car? It's different person to person. What's my definition of success? I want to contribute something to people's lives that it's gonna last in some way, I guess. I'm already financially stable, so I'm successful, but... You know, even if it's a dumb joke I said that makes you smile, that's fine. But, that's why I'm making the music, aside from the fact that it's like my own personal form of therapy, is that it's just really... You can get... From me, it's like, I can get kind of far being a silly clown man, but then I want to leave something that's worth leaving behind. I suppose. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Someone said, I'm here for the silly fun stuff. Well, I'm glad you're here for anything. Honestly, that's great. Do you ever think of retiring? No. But listen, I would definitely reprioritize depending on where my life is. If I needed to do less, sure, but I love streaming. I think I mention this at least once a week at this point. I get that question a lot. But, like I've said, retiring just sounds boring. Like, sure, if you have, like, a shitty job, if you're breaking rocks like a Goron all day, or you're, you know, you're working in an industry that doesn't really care for you, or whatever it may be, there's a million careers out there that are not particularly rewarding or appreciated. Yeah, then retirement seems like an option, but why the fuck would I want to retire? This one's in a cave. God, these shrines are so fucking hard to find, some of them. I've been in there already, so... You could always fall back on that degree of yours. Yeah, sure. I do have other skills, though. I am fully prepared to, if I need to, pivot my career if I needed to make money by applying my skills to something. I'm not afraid of working, because I did it for 13 years. I'm fine with that. I would video edit, I would, record people's music, I would play music on albums, continue to make my own. You know, like, I've developed a lot of skills doing this where I would find a way to apply those. I've said this before, and this isn't anything shocking, but, you know, I would be willing to put the work in if I needed to. Because, again, who knows how long this is gonna last for. This, you know, Twitch is killing their platform every day. YouTube doesn't really give a fuck about you, and you can get 3 strikes or demonetized, and then you're done. So there's no guarantees in this industry. There really isn't. But I'm also, you know, I'm diversifying a little bit. I wouldn't mind doing some voice acting. I would put together a real, you know, I'm gonna be working with Greg on this movie. I'm trying different things, because it's nice to keep busy, and it's nice to be offered to do cool shit. A lot of this I just kind of fell into, and I'm very, very fucking fortunate. But anyway, chat, where's the shrine? Where's the shrine? Below? Is it cave entrance? I was in that cave entrance, I think. Follow the minecart tracks, okay.
When the glow of the blood-stained moon shines upon the land, the aimless spirits of slain monsters return to flesh.
Skip.
The world is threatened once again.
The fuck? Also, someone said you should get into acting and pivot into being a director. I've always wanted to do something with directing. I don't know. I'm more of a homebody. I think if I applied myself and really worked hard and I had to, I would learn. I would go to, like, take lessons and stuff. I'm fascinated by that type of job. I don't know if I'd be any good at it, but I would try, but I am a homebody, so I don't know if I would want to do that. That's why I like the idea of maybe voice acting. That sounds like something I could really, like, get better at and apply myself to and learn on the job. And I'd take lessons too. I would, if it ended up becoming, like, a legitimate career, you know? But, at the moment, I'm just really fucking happy doing what I'm doing. And again, I have you know, all of you to thank for that. Like, not to sound overly, saccharine, but, you know, there is a lot of truth to that statement, because there are people that are, even if you're only watching the videos, that's extremely helpful. Oh god, what have I done? Who could have predicted that? I don't even know why I fell out of the cart. It just kind of happened. Someone said you could always join Germa, you know. I don't know what that means. But imagine being presumptuous enough to like, force myself into someone's life. Is that what you mean? Like, Germa, make me successful. Is this some kind of amorphous entity? Yeah, he's like a Star Trek, like, cloud person. Cloud entity. No, I was just joking. Oh, okay, okay. Fuse with Germa, my child. Well, Germa is doing cool shit. He's currently, like, working in a capacity to help others realize their projects and goals. And if I had any ideas, perhaps I would take advantage of that, but I kind of just want to do my music and my streams, and I'm happy. But I think it's really cool that he found his way into a creative position where he can actually help other people do weird shit. It's a very natural evolution of his skill set. You said it yourself, don't let doors close, but don't feel obligated to either. It's always good to keep your options open. I mean, this industry, in terms of opportunity, is... The chat member said it earlier, I agree, it is who you know. And opportunities do present themselves based on how good you are at schmoozing. And I was telling, some people, like, at the con when we were talking, like Wooly and Eyepatch Wolf, we were talking about, like... Yeah, a lot of this job is in, like, you dealing with ego. It's not quite on the same level as Hollywood, but it's getting there. Give it another 10 years. I mean, it's already, like, getting to that point of, like, it's a multi-million-dollar industry. Which is fucking crazy to think about. But, like, I'll give you an example. I could never really fit in that capacity. I just don't think I could do it. I could, like, hang out with people and be supportive and try to, like, connect on a human level, but there's a limit to how much I can handle that type of life. Which is another reason why I'm happy I live in New York. I prefer the energy of New York. I don't think I'd do very well in LA or anything like that. Not that New York doesn't have its own problems and bullshit, but I think I just fit in better with this type of thing. Whatever it is, works better for me. We get into some weird topics when I'm playing Zelda, don't we? Not even weird, just... yeah. Just, I guess, real shit. It's either, diaper dick humor, or it is, like, real shit. Why not both? That's been my motto my whole life and my career. Vinny, I'm ordering a pizza. What topping should I get? I like pepperoni and onion. I got a, not a weird one necessarily, but like a, oh fuck. Oops. Where'd my Goron go? Before too many games, my friend Dave, one of my friend, I have many Daves, because there are many Daves that I know, and, we ended up getting ham and olives, which was actually not terrible. I don't know if I would do it again, but it just, listen, I was meeting people, I didn't want to go heavy on the onions or the garlic. You know. God damn it, god damn it, god damn it. What have I done? Alright, fine. I know how I was supposed to do this, but... This is one of the most hidden shrines. Like, this is up there for most elaborate path to get to a shrine I've seen yet in this game. Yeah, you're right. I never supposed to, but they, you know, they give you rails, so... Someone said it took me so fucking long to find this shitty shrine. Well, the shrine has elicited some emotions from people, so... Okay. And sun and done. Vinny, which ice cream flavor out of these three is best? Vanilla, strawberry, or mint chip? Isn't that the Splatfest? I don't like mint in my ice cream. I don't like the thing. I like mint on its own. I don't like mint ice cream. I can eat it. I can even enjoy it. But I prefer vanilla. Vanilla with toppings. But if I had to really choose, I'd probably go for like, you know, like cookies and cream kind of thing. Vanilla and hot chocolate. Wasn't he asked this exact question a week ago, or am I losing my mind? Oh yeah, I was. This is a rerun. There's a lot of repeat questions, chat member. It happens all the time. What do I need for the champion's leathers, chat? Do I still need claws? Okay, I still haven't gotten this fucking shrine. That was a separate one entirely. This one is a doozy? Oh god. Well, I have to get going in like a little bit, chat. So I don't really know if I'm gonna be... If there's, doozies, I'd prefer to do, like, easier ones first. Oh, well. Alright. Here we go. Oh. You know, Boko. We really love you. And need you, know. You know, Boko. It's a Radiohead B-side. It's called Bananaco. Damn it. Yeah. Really, really annoying enemies, aren't they? Alright! Hey! Forgot about that. Chat, you have to understand, I don't even feel like fighting these enemies. Please understand. Well, this wasn't much of a doozy. Dig out the shrine a little bit. The Horoblins are here. Horoblins. Sorry, Horoblins. Isism. Jism? Some of them are just throwing rocks at me. Wait, is this dumb? Yep. Handled like a professional. Didn't take any damage. Well, there you go. Another shrine. I guess that's 12? Alright, so I mean, you know, decent enough progress. I wish it was a little faster. But I could end up spending another 8 hours finding shrines at this rate. There was one more on the other side of the mountain. I think I want to try to get that, and then that'll be enough for me today. Again, I know this is not the most exciting Zelding. But you know, I'm doing it. So that's the one I was thinking of. I want to see how easy this one is to get, if at all. Why did Kirk climb the mountain? To see if he could. Simple as that. Why did Shatner go into space? To Shatner his pants. I thought he was gonna just turn into a fine gelatin from the force of the trip up there. But he didn't. Very resilient 90-something-year-old guy. Going to space and having such a profound revelation must have been crazy. Well, he just had the revelation that there's nothing out there. Just death. But he was already a guy obsessed with mortality and youth because... I think... It's hard to know for sure, but the vibe he gives out is that he really likes himself. Like, I think Shatner is probably Shatner's biggest fan. And the thought of him not being around anymore. This is like a cold reading on this, and it's not particularly kind. But the thought of him not being around anymore, probably... He's talked about it a lot in his older years. Talks about, like, his own mortality and trying to find ways to extend his life and stuff. And it's like, I can't really blame the dude. But if that does happen, it may not even happen in my lifetime. Regardless. There are astronauts who have said that going to space gave them a more positive outlook. Because you look down at Earth and it's like, oh, everyone's problems, everyone's little worries, everything is just there. And Shatner's like, my god, it's full of death. So, to me, it just seems like a, you know, person-to-person experience. Like, you probably get your own experience from it. You know, there are astronauts on the ISS who have talked about how connected they feel. And then there are others who have talked about how disconnected they feel. If it was safe, would you want to go to space? Yeah, sure. If it was, like, fully safe? I would like to experience weightlessness. I know there's a way to do that in a plane and all that, but... Yeah, I would probably do that. As long as I didn't have to be up there too long. I think I would probably just want to go for like an hour. Would you go to the Titanic if it was safe? No. Safe in quotation marks. No, I wouldn't. Mike had a good point about it. There wasn't even a window on the submarine. You're watching it through a monitor. Watch a YouTube video. I don't know. There was? Oh, there was a window. Okay, then never mind. That takes away his point and mine. There was a tiny window. Now, what we need to do is we need to make, like, interactive experiences. Some might call them video games. So, that way, people can go to Mount Everest in VR, and go to the Titanic in VR, and just get it out of their system, instead of leaving, like, literal, like, human corpses and garbage and Fritos on Mount Everest. and their own gelatinous goo at the bottom of the ocean. I don't think that's quite the reason people climb Everest. I know, I'm just... It would be nice, wouldn't it? Watching it on TV doesn't compare to going there. No, honestly, that's the truth. You know, you want to... Some people, for things, can be content watching it on, you know, TV or in VR. I like to go to a concert in real life because there's a palpable energy that you feel when you're around people that are also enjoying the same thing, and you give it back and forth between the performer and yourself. And something that you do notice, it's hard to explain unless you're there. But I've also never had the desire to climb Mount Everest. But that's another thing entirely, I think. Have you ever been to a concert in VR? I have. And it's cool. It wasn't my type of music, really, but I still enjoyed it. It was something that I experienced, and it was like, you know, this underground club, and they opened the club at a certain time. I was there with my mods, and, it was a neat experience that I will never forget in my own way, because it was the first one. And there were people who were, like, talking to me, like, oh shit, Vinny, hi. And there I am as Gray Leno watching a concert. So it was a little bit of a surreal experience, to be honest, and I enjoyed it. Is it the same thing? No. Not at all. Maybe if it was more my type of music, sure, but how do you really do a whole rock band in VR? There's probably a way, but it's much easier to do like a DJ EDM set. However, for people that don't have the ability to leave their house, or, you know, maybe they just they're not feeling good, or they're worried about other people not feeling good, maybe, it's impossible to spend the money to get a ticket to these fucking Ticketmaster concerts that cost, you know, hundreds of dollars. I would like to see VR presentations of these concerts to be a little bit more common. Even if it's just like a 3D 360-degree view, just to give people the ability to be there. I think that would be a cool thing for people to have. This is the wrong place. Simulated someone spilling their beer on you. That happens. That happens. I've seen people throw beer over the edge of the rafters. And it's like you feel like a little trickle of rain. You're like, is it raining in this venue? No, it's not raining in the venue. Vinny, are you upset about Gorillas canceling their show? No. Why would I be? I saw them when they came around. What show? I don't even know what show they canceled. The show? Their whole fall tour? Why? They canceled the mini tour that was happening in September. They sold tickets and said never mind. Did they have reasons? I'm just curious. I'm not really upset about it, but... No good reason, huh? Weird. Alright, chat. Thank you for watching. Only 1,000 shrines left, I guess. But we'll get there. I'll see you tomorrow night for Sunday stream, and then, yes, I will be joining Jarma on a thing, Monday. That's probably, I think that... What time is that? 4 p.m.-ish, I think, my time. Eastern. And then next week I'll try to get in some more of that Final Fantasy. And I'll check out that Astro thing as well. Whatever that is, Astro Playroom on the PS5. So, you know, next week should be fun. Good night, everybody. Oh yeah, and it's 4th of July next week, which, I mean, I know people don't really give a shit, but I like fireworks, so maybe we could find something firework-related. I'll think about it. I'll see. If you know any good firework-related things, whether it be in VR or otherwise, I played the usual suspect firework games, but if you know anything that might be interesting for the 4th, just to see, like, fun lights in the sky, let me know. And explosions, those are fun. Okay, goodbye. See you later. Good night. Hey, so I got the shake from because a lot of people kept saying, Vinny, you have to try this. So I figured, why not? And I got it, and well, it's got a weird color and a weird texture, so I don't know. Guess here we go. Tastes like shit.